Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Merkovich with the Zardo Playbook, Emery Hunt, bringing you Week 2 coverage of the NFL season. And we have a good one here. Baltimore at San Diego. Joe Flacco, Jim Harbaugh got this team going on the right track. They survived Kansas City. And San Diego snuck past Oakland on Monday night. What are your keys to victory for Harbaugh's bunch?
Well, keys to victory for the Ravens, number one, keep fueling that running game with McGahee, Rice, McClain. They did a phenomenal job last week against the Chiefs. Also, you saw that they allowed Flacco to throw the ball, 300 yards passing. Keep that up. Now you have the balance. Now you can have a scary Baltimore team that can score 25 to 30 points a game, that can definitely beat you week in, week out. But defensively, they have to get better. They have to tighten up. I know it was week one, first game that the starters played the whole game, so there was a little bit of fatigue factor going on, but they have to tighten up on defense and special teams because they gave up that block punt. So tighten that up, and I think Baltimore will be fine. That's the three keys. Continue what you did last week. Allow Flacco to keep growing as a quarterback and throw the football.
I love what I see out of Flacco, and they rush the ball. That's what Cam Cameron loves to do with Rice, McGahee, and they got the big banger McClain. And their offensive line is getting better and better, so I think Baltimore is good. Other hand, San Diego struggled with Oakland. Phillip Rivers, that offensive line. Nick Hardwick might be out for the season. We'll see what happens with him. That offensive line really needs to put it together. What do you think they need to do to beat Baltimore?
Keys to victory for San Diego. You want to make sure that O-line is intact before the Ravens come into town. You don't want to have your weak spot be your offensive line when you have a team, aggressive defense like the Ravens coming to town, because that could spell trouble for Phillip Rivers. You know they're going to get after him right away. Two, you want to implement Sproles even more so in the offense in that passing game. You saw against Oakland last week how they used him underneath routes. Also gave him some handoffs, some sweeps. Keep a good balance between him and LaDainian Tomlinson. LaDainian Tomlinson he averaged 4.5 yards a carry, 4.3 yards a carry, so he wasn't bad. They just didn't give him the ball. Sproles was just that much better. I say use both guys, and also on defense, the secondary has to step up. Oakland was able. If Oakland had receivers that can catch the football, they would have completed a lot of plays against that Chargers secondary. So that pass rush has to step up, and that secondary has to play better for San Diego.
Sproles' suddenness is spectacular, and he can move between the tackles. He's not just an outside runner. But my key is use Vincent Jackson, use Chris Chambers, use Antonio Gates. Put pressure on Baltimore's secondary. Have Ed Reed in the bunch, have them really put pressure on them, and that'll be key for San Diego. But I like Baltimore in this one. They're going to go cross country. I was really disappointed in what I see out of San Diego, and their offensive line looks like they had problems. Give credit to Oakland's defensive line also, but Baltimore is going to bring it.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Ravens as well, too, because I think San Diego is going to come into this game with some question marks on that offensive line. And that is a key component to stopping the Raiders. Your offensive line has to be solid, and I don't think San Diego has that problem, has that answer right now.
For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.